You should be terrified of forced speech and cancel culture, and it's probably not due to any reasons that you think I might say. And just to clarify, I'm not promoting hate speech or saying that free speech trumps all social responsibility. We should all be kind and respectful of each other's differences. But there's a thing in psychology called exposure therapy. It employs what's known as a paradoxical directive, meaning that in some cases, the solution to one's sensitivity is actually greater exposure to the perceived problem. And I'll explain. If you said, for example, I'm terrified of public speaking, well, assuming that your mental health is okay, exposure therapy would prescribe public speaking as the solution. And guess what? It works. The more you lean into the discomfort, the less anxious you feel about it. But if you were to avoid public speaking, you'd lend weight to the problem and become even more terrified of the idea of doing it. Well, the same thing goes for being able to regulate your emotions and choose when and what you find offensive. Every one of us are exposed to difficult moments where we're offended by someone else's words or behaviors. Some of us, of course, are exposed to this more than others, but it's in that exposure that we learn how to regulate our emotional well-being, despite what someone else might say or do. It's where we learn how to become emotionally independent. Now, I think woke culture started out with great intentions, but it's becoming more and more an attempt to eliminate any and all speech that someone might disagree with or consider offensive. And while this sounds noble, the problem is that if we're never exposed to anything offensive, we're going to become increasingly sensitive to everything. Instead of being healthy and secure, we'll be so sensitive that our emotional well-being will be completely dependent on what others say and do. In short, in an attempt to eliminate all things offensive, we're going to end up ensuring that all things offend. For better relationships,